Hi Earth signs, this is Tara and welcome to your weekly November 2nd through November 8th Taroscope. And I'm going to pull two cards for each of the Earth signs. I'm going to start with Taurus, and then also I'm going to look into my beautiful crystal for additional guidance. So as I'm doing this, make sure to subscribe too, because you'll receive these videos in your inbox instead of having to scout around YouTube. Okay, well there's couple that wanted to come out, so let's start with these and see what comes up for you, Taurus. All right, so for the first card is the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the Pentacles represent our money, our finances, our property, how we're projecting outwardly with our business, And that feels to me like, this guy is really chiseling away at his work. He's really putting in the time. He's putting in, it feels like for me, like you guys are putting together an outline, a proposal. There's some business coming up for you. There's some money to be made. And you're really, it feels, I have a happy feeling, so I'm feeling excited for you because I feel like a lot of you are in transition to do so. You're just like ready to make this happen. As I see it, the card, I'm looking at the chisel. So you're fine-tuning everything. You're crossing the T's. You're dotting the I's on any documents that you're signing. And this could be around any leases, any property that you're buying as well. That comes into play also. So any of you that are making transitions as far as your money and your outline, and it requires purchasing and or putting any money down, I'm feeling like that is coming up as well. Any money down on some property, because this is about our finances and how we use them. Okay? So the second card that's coming up for you guys is the Ten of Rods. Okay, so the Ten of Rods, this guy is, as you can see, he is carrying his load, but it's all of the work that he's put into. Interesting. Okay, so this card comes up about work, and this guy is carrying his load. He's carrying his forces to transition into a different position. Okay, so some of you may also be moving towards a different position. That could be a position of authority. That could be a work position. It could be you're transferring to another location. You're moving on. The 10 is actually about transition. I mentioned that earlier with the Three of Pentacles. So whatever outline you're putting together with the money, and then you're moving forward with it so that you can transition into a more wisdom. This feels like it's going to bring more wisdom to you and more wealth to you. I'm seeing some of you really wanting to kind of, part the clouds and really open up the sky, take a deep, it's like taking a deep breath after all the work you've put into it, so that you can move towards what it is that you feel like you're really good at. Some of you are like, you know what, it's maybe even written down or taken a stock of what it is your strengths are, what it is your abilities are, what it is that how you fit best into. You're really showing your wares, actually. So you don't know how this is going to work out. You don't know how the end result, of course we never do, but this guy is carrying his load and he's moving into, he's moving into new prospects. Okay, and so for the second part of your reading, I'm looking into my crystal. Okay, Taurus, interesting for you guys. I see it's very clear up here until I get right about this point, and I'm seeing like a really a spotlighted stage. There's no one on this stage. It's kind of open, spotlighted. There's lighting to the side. There's a little bit of lighting to the top, but mostly the side. So it feels like it's beckoning to you to like I said earlier, to show your weight in gold to others, to show your abilities and what all you can pull off and what all you can make happen, because I'm seeing like you really you've got your, it's like you have a pitchfork and you're working the earth to uncover the treasure. So I see you stepping into the spotlight. Some of you, this again is a general reading, but I hope you have a wonderful week, Taurus. Remember to stay confident and keep on working. This is all about work for you this week, okay? It feels like what I'm coming up with. And I will see you next week. All right. Okay, next on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. So what I'm doing is I'm drawing 3 cards from the Hanson Roberts deck. And I'm also looking at my crystal for additional guidance. And this is for the week of November 2nd through November 8th. Okay, well, there's 2 right there. And then I'm pulling a 3rd one. This is interesting that I said that because for most of the signs I'm pulling 2, but 3 came out of my mouth mule, so we're going to go with that. All right, so your first card is the 9 of Pentacles. And the Pentacles are a money card. This has to do with our finances, business. It could be a business you're putting together. But really it has to do with, if you look at her, she is really feeling wealthy. She feels like she has her finances in order. She has on beautiful clothes. The house behind her is very nice. And she's very calm, very serene, she has a bird on her shoulder. So she's kind of feeling like, I'm really enjoying this wealth, this new money. And I just said new money, so that's interesting. That feels like to me also that any of you guys that are going to inherit money, or you're signing documents that more money is coming in, this could also be maybe from the government. You're receiving some kind of payout or Social Security or some sort of funds that came up with this 9 of Pentacles. So I do feel like this is for some of you, and 9 is about completion. So it feels like you're completing this and you're feeling really good about that. So any of you that are gaining money in different areas other than work, let me know. Okay, and so, all right, so the next card that comes up is the 3 of Swords. Well, the 3 of Swords have to do with, our thinking, our concepts. It can be challenges and conflicts in our thinking, again, of course. And as you can see, there's 3 daggers through the heart. So I do feel like some of you have had some heartbreak, maybe heartache. So again, watch your health, watch your circulatory, cardiovascular system. Pay attention to that. It usually doesn't come up with this, but and I feel like some of you are runners as well, and that's good. I feel like somebody, I feel like I'm tuning into someone is kind of taking it to the hilt, taking a little bit far. So exercise is always good, but too much can be a strain on the body as well. But do remember to exercise. So it's interesting that came up. Also, it feels like, as far as there has been, like I said, heartbreak with someone else. The 3 of Swords, though, a 3 says there's new beginnings. So it's like, if you have had an argument, or you've had a conflict, or you're breaking off with someone, there's chances for new beginnings to let that dissolve and new beginnings to come up. Okay? And so the 3rd card of this 4-card spread is the Emperor. And this is the father figure. He is a father figure. He's very strong in his will and his ways. He's like rules. He makes plans. He makes rules. He makes regulations. I'm feeling kind of like this is the strength card for you this month, is to kind of see yourself as the Emperor, the person who's, male or female. this goes for females too, is just to feel your strength, because you have, it feels like with some of you, some money, property coming in. There's been a little bit of heartache or arguments in some way, although I feel like you're moving on, and to feel your strength, and or you may have a father figure around you that is really assisting you and guiding you with some of these new things that you have going on and conflicts that you've had. I hope you have a wonderful week, Capricorn. Be sure and subscribe, because that way you will get the videos in your inbox every week, and I will see you next week. Okay, now on to Virgo. Hey Virgo, how's your week been? All right, I'm pulling 2 cards, and I'm also looking in my crystal for additional guidance for you guys. And so let's see what comes out for Virgo. Well, there's a couple right there. All right, so let's see what these are. And all right, so the first card that comes up for you, Virgo, is this. Is the 3 of Rods. And first of all, the rods have to do with, can be fire signs. It also has to do with taking action, our will, activity. Like I said, it's fire signs, so it could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. So you might be in conversation with one of these people, because this guy is planning. He is planning his next step. He's seeing, he's seeing the boats out in the water. So he's kind of seeing his goods and services being presented, and then how he's planning on making that and expanding those even further. So he's taking a lot of action at the first part of this week. So I feel like you guys are going to be taking a good deal of action, and like I said, the 3 has to do with new beginnings. So it's new starts for some new business projects that are coming up. This also could have to do with love. 3 is a communication as well. So some of you might be communicating as well with others. It could be romantically, and it could be or about business. Okay, so let's see the next card that comes up for you. And this is the 2 of Rods. Okay, Virgo, the 2 of Rods. Well, it's funny because you just got the 3. So the 2 of Rods, he's looking out over the water, and he has the world in his hands. He's also making a decision. So whatever you guys started to right here, whatever you started planning and putting together, the second card is saying, okay, now there's some decisions to be made. There's some decisions to be made on how I can be the most productive, the most successful, the most confident. Who all is involved in these plans? Who all is involved in helping me out with this? And I'm feeling like there's also a decision between, or where you want to take this, how you want to fine tune things. I feel like you're really getting down to the brass tacks. You're kind of knuckling down and seeing how this is going to go. That's two rod cards. So I feel like there's a lot of activity with you guys for this particular week, Virgo. So I'm going to look into my crystal, and it's interesting. I'm pointing it this way for you guys. So I'm seeing a lot of clarity, a lot of confidence in what you come up with. I'm also seeing that you could be, I'm seeing someone surrounded you, but it's like a partner, a silent partner, and they're not saying much now, or maybe they've stayed in the silent partner position, but they're helping you. Maybe financially they're backing you. Maybe these are some new business backings that you have. It could also be someone that has a relationship that you didn't think that it was going to come through, but it's starting to. This person is starting to come forward into the limelight. Okay, Virgo, I hope you have a wonderful week. Make sure and subscribe, because that way you will get the readings, the monthly and the weekly readings, in your inbox, and you won't have to look on YouTube. So I so appreciate your time today. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon.